At first light, when the sea is calm, the boats go out to gather seaweed and shellfish among the rocks offshore. They're round, like tubs or coracles, good for easing through small gaps, stopping dead and turning on the spot, and tough enough to take the knocks in tight spaces. A glass-bottomed box is used to scan the seabed, and hooked tools on long bamboo poles to retrieve the catch. Later, the seaweed is carefully laid on racks and mats, or strung on lines to dry in the sun before being packaged for market. Some days there's a good haul of the tasty sazae shells, other days not so much. In the past there were thousands right up close to the shore. Anyone could collect what they wanted and grill them right there on the beach. Solo fishermen tie up in sheltered inlets, rinse the salt off their nets in a nearby stream, and hang them to dry beside the rice stalks on racks outside their homes. Or, if there's damage, spend the morning checking and mending in some quiet spot beside the water. At the same early hour, work begins in the fields, planting and weeding, or cutting tobacco leaves and hauling them off to be dried and packed in sheds across the road. Daycare for children still works in the old way. They spend their summer days in the fields too, learning the open air and the smell of the wind off the sea. Inland are the mountains, green and deep and hard to cross, and rocky little gorges with rivers where nobody goes, or at least not often. There are half-hidden shrines to old gods who live in the woods at the end of trails, or on damp rock ledges in dark caves. And the lilies that grow wild on the headlands in the north of the island are yellow, but at the southern end there are other varieties too, more orange or even red. People who live in Tokyo, or come for a visit, could get to Sado quite easily. The journey only takes a few hours. But in reality, most don't bother. Not for any negative reason, but because life in a modern city is so absorbing, so varied, and caters for so many different interests, and provides so much to do, that people can go for weeks, months, and even years without leaving it at all. Tokyo has comfortable air-conditioned apartment blocks for people to live in, a huge choice of restaurants serving dishes from every country and culture, an efficient transport system that moves people smoothly from one place to another, plenty of work options that pay pretty well and put a shine on the up-and-coming CV, and a social scene that offers something for everyone and more than anyone can imagine. Sado doesn't have any of those things. It isn't an easy place to discover even after you get there. There are guidebooks to the main sites, but some are remote and hard to reach. It's a place full of riches, but it doesn't have much money, and the winds blowing down from Siberia make it bitterly cold in the winter. It's not backward anymore, but it's not modern Japan either. It's another Japan, an older Japan, the Japan that many people thought they came to Japan to see, and may still get around to sometime.